Good evening. Good evening. The lighting is still really nice here, so I'm going to try to play off the lights some. I'm turning on Instagram. Good evening. Give me just a second. What? Dang, they're like, you can't go live on your freaking other phone because it's trashy. They won't let me go live on my other phone, which is annoying. It's like, what's up, Instagram? I'll deal with that one later. Okay. I guess I need to change that. I'm going to change that. Give me a second. The lighting looks good in here, though. Lighting. Hello. Okay. Hi. Yoga class. Welcome. Join me. Join me for yoga class. I'm not going to sing. Promise. Hopefully. Maybe I sound like I'm singing. Okay. That looks good. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. We're going to get started. 5 minutes in. Welcome. We're going to meet on the middle of your mat. So come on over to your mat. We're going to start standing. All right, good evening. Thank you for joining me. The time's changing, so there is still light at this time that I am filming, so that is super cool. I mean, there's always light, but I have natural light, so it's kind of nice to have natural light and not need to turn on all the ring lights. I have like one on, and maybe it should be in the back, but you know what? I think I look good on the camera, so I think we're good to go. Anyway, thank you for showing up. Please like and subscribe. Welcome. I'm Allison with Sunflower Collective Yoga. So thank you for joining. We're going to start standing. So you can stand at the top of your mat or wherever's comfortable. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. We're going to start with some breath work and also a nice, beautiful Om. So let's start. Breathe in. Release out. Again, breathe in. Release out. Breathe in. Release out. And let's do our beautiful sounding Om. Breathe in. Release just air out. Breathe in. Nice, everyone. And we're gonna just jump right into it today starting with our Sun A, Sun Bs. Namaskar A, Namaskar B. Maybe you might hear me say a Sanskrit word. I am not a Sanskrit genius, but I do work on learning Sanskrit and different ways of pronunciating the words through the yoga flow. So do follow me, do enjoy, do listen. Feedback's always welcome. Thank you. So let's meet at the top of the mat if you're not already there. So let's Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. We're going to take our hands on up and fold. Up halfway. Fold, step back, Vinyasa. And in Vinyasa, you can bring your knees down or you can have your knees up. Then you come down, upward facing dog, and it can be a low upward facing dog. Or your thighs can be off the ground. Then downward facing dog. So I'll just be flowing through the practice. I won't be giving a breakdown each time. But through the practice is where you learn the different movements. If you have or haven't practiced yoga before. Beginner friendly, middle friendly, expert friendly. Like the movement is what you show up for. Keep breathing. One more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. And hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to keep going. And remember, you can always, when you're doing your downward, your 5 breaths in downward dog, you can add in a 3-legged dog or different type of movement. Hands on up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step back, jump back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. And remember, when you're doing those 5 breaths, You can take whatever it feels good for you right here. Three-legged dog. You can bend your leg. And make sure you switch sides so you get both sides when we switch poses. Or when you go through the pose, just do both sides. You can stay still, move your heels back to side. 2 more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Arms go on up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold and step back, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. You can take the time to switch your practice up and add some more movement in. Switch your practice up. That sounds like a commercial. Keep breathing. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. And hands go on up. You just get that flow in. Fold. Vinyasa flow. Keeps you moving. Up halfway. And fold. Step back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. The rhythm through the Ashtanga and Rocky Yoga practice, it really fires me up, which is why I like practicing that. You develop through many different classes, you kind of figure out what kind of style, what kind of yoga you actually really like. 1 more breath here. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hello, my friends on Instagram. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. I'm streaming live on YouTube Live. Please like, subscribe, and share. And that's for y'all on YouTube as well. I can't talk. Arms on up. Namaskar A. Fold. Thank you. Up halfway. Fold. Step back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Get that breath in right there. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. And hands to heart center. Nice. Last Namaskar A. Take those hands on up. And fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths with the long S. Bend those knees. Make sure you're pressing through the hands. They should be nice and flat. No domes. It's like if someone was trying to come and pull up your fingers from the mat. They're gripping. 2 more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to go into our Namaskar B. So Namaskar B is up next. So I hope you guys are doing well. My friends on YouTube, I hope you are doing well. Thank you for showing up tonight for yourself. Sun Salutation B, Namaskar B. Top of the mat. Arms going up. And chair pose. So sit back in the chair, looking up. And fold. Up halfway. Fold. And step back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. So bring your right foot forward. Back leg goes at a 45-degree angle. Arms go up. Hips facing forward like they're headlights. Arms up, bend into that right knee. And hands go down, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Same. That back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Hips forward. Hands facing each other. Nice and up. And hands going down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Another pose you can do right here. You can come down onto your forearms and do dolphin. You could even, if you'd like to, do donkey kicks. So you can do donkey kicks during the 5 breaths. They look like this. You want your heels to try to hit your bum. Or not, they're not going to hit it, but we're jumping up. And you want to be like light as a feather. Light as a feather. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Sun B. And Sun B. Namaskar B. Hands going up. And remember, when you go up, you can also be looking back. It's like a nice little stretch right there. Do what feels comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. If anything doesn't feel comfortable, back out of it. Don't hurt yourself. Hands up and chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step back, vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. And it just flows through. We're just flowing through. And hands go down, vinyasa. Go at your pace as well. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Hands going down. Vinyasa. Down dog, 5 breaths right here. 5 breaths. And during these other, when I call other poses in between, like I just showed you, to do during your 5 breaths, that's just an invitation for you to take your practice deeper. You can do it, you don't have to, do whatever's comfortable for you. But you know what is consistent? The breath. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths in this position. One more breath. Come into neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise into your chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Hands go back on up. Chair pose. Chair pose. Fold. Come up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back. Flow on through. Downward dog. Right leg forward. Warrior 1. Nice. Down vinyasa. Down dog. Left side. Warrior 1. Release. Hands down. Vinyasa. Down dog. 5 breaths right here. Five breaths. Remember, take whatever movement feels good for you. Modify your practice. The more you practice, the stronger and more agile you become in your practice. 2 more breaths right here. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Stand on up, hands to heart center, beautiful. Hands go on up, Namaskar B again. We're getting those rounds in. Hands go up, chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step it back. Blow it through. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward. Warrior 1. Warrior 1. Nice. And when you're ready, hands going down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward. You just get in the groove. Left side. Warrior 1. Hands down. Vinyasa. Downward dog, 5 breaths. 5 breaths. And if you're joining regularly or maybe dropping in, like and subscribe. I just have to throw that in there because you're breathing. And I'm saying this in between your breath. You get to tap into yourself when you take my classes. Because the sound is your breath. The sound is you. The sound is listening to me. Keep breathing. One more breath. Come to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do a last namaskar B for this round. Hands go on up. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward. Warrior one. And vinyasa. Hands down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Warrior one. Hands down. Vinyasa. Flow through it. Down dog. 5 breaths right here. Again, explore some other movements. The breath. Keep breathing. That's always the number one. Breath, breath, breath. Two more breaths. One more breath. And come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise into chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. If you'd like to get a drink of water or anything you need, you have a couple seconds. When you're done, you can meet back at the top of the mat. And when we're at the top of the mat, just take your hands out to your side. We're going to do, we're going to go through another vinyasa. So at the top of your mat, take your arms on up. Look up and fold. Come up halfway. Fold. You can take a crow pose or a malasana squat. Well, so malasana squat, your feet are with like a little distance apart. And squat on down. Get your squat on. Elbows between your knees. So you can do malasana squat. My heels don't touch the mat. So you can go wider or whatever feels good for you. Everybody has a different preference. And through the practice, your heels potentially will touch the ground. And if you needed help with that, you could always roll like a towel or a mat the long ways and put it underneath your feet. That helps bring the mat to your feet. So you can do a malasana squat, or maybe you're doing your crow pose. In crow pose, yeah, you could be flying. You might not be flying. So honor where you are in the practice and keep practicing. Keep practicing. So in our crow pose, our hands are nice and wide, where you're putting your knees up by your armpit. So they're going up high. So bring our hands down. We're going to bring our knees up to the top, and we're just practicing lifting. Maybe that's where you are. Maybe you're more advanced. Just honor wherever you are and keep practicing that pose. So a couple more breaths wherever you are in Malasana or Crow. 2 more breaths. And you can jump back or step back into your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take that right leg up into 3-legged dog. And let's bend it. Get a nice little bend there. And take your right leg back straight, bring it on down. Let's take our left side on up. Left foot, 3-legged dog. And bend that left leg. Nice. Take it straight and bring it on down. Bend your knees. You can come down to the ground into child's pose. Go ahead and get a child's pose stretch right here. Keep breathing, stretch it out, push into those feet in that child's pose. 1 more breath right there. And come onto all fours. So we're on all fours right here. So let's take that right leg back and left hand forward. And we're going to do some crunches. So crunch it in, take it back out. Crunch it in again, take it back out. Crunch it in, back out. Crunch it in, take it out, extend it, and take that hand back to grab your ankle or your toes, wherever you can grab. Keep breathing. Nice, and release. No slingshot. And hand down, knee down. And let's switch sides. So take that left leg out. And take that right arm out. And go ahead and crunch it in. And take it back out. Crunch it in. Back out. Crunch that in. And out. 1 more time. And out. And take that hand back. Grab that ankle or toes, whatever feels good. Nice, nice, nice. And release. No slingshot. And hand down. Knee down. And you can do a vinyasa right here. So just a low vinyasa. Upward facing dog. And take it to child's pose. Nice. And let's come onto our back. We're going to do a couple poses on our back. Onto the back. Which way is better? I think, trying to see which way is better. This way is better. All right, so we're on our back, and we're going to take both of our legs up into a 90-degree angle, and your hands can be under your head, or they can be under your bum, or they can be out to the side. hands under the bum like helps with the pose and movement. But if you want more challenge, you can put your hands behind your head or they can just be out to the side. So feet up at 90 degrees. We're going to take it down at an angle. Down a little more. Hovering to the ground. Keep breathing right here and flutter. It's like you're swimming. Kick those feet. Keep breathing. Keep going. And take those legs all the way on up. Nice job. We're going to do it again. So take it down a little more. It's like a math class. A little more. And then to hover. And then we're going to scissor the feet. So we're scissoring them. Keep going. Keep going. And take them on up. Nice. And we're going to do one more. So just take it on down a little more, a little more, hover, and we're just in stillness. And bring those knees in. So you can bring them in, take your arms around them. Nice. You can move back and forth right here if you like, whatever feels good. And let's do happy baby. So you can grab the tops of your feet. Your legs are bent. Maybe you want to stretch one leg out at a time, whatever feels good for you. Couple more breaths right here. And release. Nice. Let's take we're going to do our bridge and wheel. So if you'd like to, you can, we will do our bridge. So this is a bridge. You can bring your heels as close to your bum as you can. Your arms are down at your side and you just lift on up. You kind of roll your shoulders underneath. Gives you more leverage to come up more. And the more you bring your heels in, the more you'll come up. So take your bridge wherever you're at. And release, come on down. And you could also, if it's in your practice, you can do wheel. So I will call that. And next we'll do bridge or wheel. We'll do two more of these. And ready. Excuse me. And go on up into bridge. And if you're doing wheel, go ahead and push on up into wheel. And come on down. Nice. One more. And bridge or wheel, whatever you'd like to do. Push on up. And release. Nice. And let's come on up into sitting. You can roll like a ball. So go ahead and roll like a ball. And you can roll into your setting. Nice. And when you come on up, you can do a vinyasa. So take a vinyasa right here. So after you've taken your vinyasa, you can come into sitting. We're going to do just some some different poses right here before we wind down from our practice. So in your sitting position, you can take your legs out wide. With your legs out wide, we're going to do some stretches right here. So take your arms up, and you can take your right hand under your left leg, tuck that elbow into the right leg, and bend on over. And come on up, arms out, and let's tuck that left hand under, left arm over. Go ahead and stretch. And take those left hands up. And we're going to do it one more time. So tuck that arm under, right arm over. And take that arm up, out, and tuck, over. And release both of those. Nice. Bring these legs together. So with your legs together, we're going to take our arms up and go for your toes or the bottom of your feet, wherever your flexibility takes you. Maybe your hands takes you to your ankles or wherever. Wherever you go, breathe into it. Nice, and release. And go ahead and take a vinyasa, and we will meet on your back. When you've made it to your back, just bring that right leg in. Take that left leg long. We're going to do a supine twist. So maybe you need to scoot over to the right, and then you twist your leg over to the left. So maybe you scoot, and the scoot always helps me. Our left hand is on top of our right leg that's bent. Our right hand is just out. Your hand can be facing down or up. If that knee needs to go up higher, it can, whatever feels comfortable. And come back to center. And you don't have to put your all into twisting. Again, do what's comfortable for you. Take that right leg long, bring that left leg in, and go ahead and twist. Breathe. And come back to neutral. And giving you some time to do some movement you like. If you'd like to do your legs up the wall, this is a good time to do legs up the wall. Maybe you want to put your hands underneath your bum in a diamond shape. You can do your legs up in the air like that. That is an inversion. Or you can bump up to the wall. If you have a headstand or handstand practice, you can practice that. If you want to do another vinyasa, this is your time for additional movements. So go right ahead. Keep breathing wherever you are. Start to wind down from your poses that you have decided to take. When you're ready, you can go into Shavasana. And when you're ready, Shavasana. As we come to the end of practice, keep your eyes closed. You can roll onto whichever side feels comfortable. Whichever side feels comfortable. And when you're ready, you can push yourself up into a comfortable position. Keep your eyes closed. You made it through your practice today. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. And as we come to an end, the words I have for you at the end of our class are what closes out. So always showing up for yourself. You're showing up for your health, for your mind, for your wellness. You're showing up for what's good for your body, soul, and mind as well. The affirmation I have for you tonight is, I think outside the norm and find creative ways to approach life. The rainbow of light and positive energy expands my consciousness. Creative ideas flow through me on a regular basis, and I bring them into physical reality. All the pieces fit together. Your day is your morning, your evening is a reflection of how you puzzle yourself together. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. If you're on YouTube, I'll have information in the description box after class. You can follow my meetup.com page. You can follow me on Instagram. I am everywhere. So I really appreciate you joining this evening. Please take care of yourself, drink water, and come back again. Namaste, ashe. However, the greeting in your mind you would like to exit class with. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Have a good evening. Bye, YouTube.